What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have some entertainment news regarding Kevin Spacey, who is going to voluntarily travel to Britain to face sexual assault charges. It was just a few days ago that the Crown Prosecution Service announced that he was going to be charged with 4 counts of sexual assault, 3 complaints, and these offenses occurred between 2005 and 2013. And according to the Crown Prosecution Service, he can only be formally charged if he returns to England or Wales, and he is now saying that that is going to happen. He's going to voluntarily return. At least that's what he's saying right now, according to what he has said on Good Morning America, that he will seek to prove his innocence against these charges. Quite a surprise. Obviously, if you're Kevin Spacey, you're thinking, oh, well, I just won't return to England or Wales and avoid those charges. Not too hard. But it looks like he's going to be facing those charges. A pretty surprising announcement here from Kevin Spacey. And by the way, I'm used to be at least a huge fan of Kevin Spacey, obviously, as an actor, and loved most of his movies that he was in. Going back to Glengarry Glen Ross. Glengarry Glen Ross is, I thought he was awesome in that movie. Of course, Seven, one of his more famous roles, and several others, even more recent films that he's been in. Really enjoy Kevin Spacey's acting. And right now, I'm in the middle of season 4 of House of Cards. I didn't happen to watch that when it was on. Really loving it. I'm actually dreading the 5th season because I know that he gets fired, and he gets fired from the show, and he's not going to be in the 5th season, so I don't know how that's going to happen. But I mean, right now I'm absolutely loving House of Cards in the 4th season. Going to be returning to England. He has actually been filming a couple movies as of recently. I think one in Italy, and not sure about the other one, but yeah, I mean, lower budget stuff. But he is back working again recently. So this is kind of surprising. I mean, he could get charged. He could get thrown in prison for the rest of his life, potentially. I'm not really sure, but crazy here that he is saying he's going to be returning to the UK. Here it is. The actor Kevin Spacey said on Tuesday he will voluntarily travel to Britain to face criminal sexual assault charges, allowing the authorities there to formally charge him without having to pursue extradition proceedings. Absolutely crazy. Last week is when they announced that they had authorized those charges, like I said, but he can't be formally charged unless he enters England or Wales. This was the statement right here. While I am disappointed with their decision to move forward, I will voluntarily appear in the UK as soon as can be arranged and defend myself against these charges, which I am confident will prove my innocence. Of course, unless it's different in the UK, you don't have to actually prove your innocence. You just have to be able to defend yourself enough so that the prosecution cannot prove your guilt. Might be a little different in the UK, but that's typically how it would work. If they can't prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, that's how it would be in the States, then there shouldn't be a conviction. But obviously the system may be a little different over there. The charges concern 3 complaints, like I said, from 2005 to 2013, also 1 in 2008. During those years, Mr. Spacey was the artistic director of the Old Vic Theatre in London. All these incidents occurred in London except one from 2013, which occurred in this particular location. I don't want to mispronounce it, in England. And the Metropolitan Police said that one of the men was now in his 40s and that the other 2 were now in their 30s, but did not provide their exact ages. So they may have been around in their 20s during these times, maybe even early 20s, which would not be surprising, would go along with Kevin Spacey's previous allegations. In his statement, he also said, I very much appreciate the Crown Prosecution Service's statement in which they carefully reminded the media and public that I am entitled to a fair trial, innocent until proven otherwise. Like I said, so, innocent until proven guilty. Now, obviously, we know what happened with him with Anthony Rabb back in 2017. He announced that he made unwanted sexual advances toward him in the 1980s when he was only 14. So he's got that, and that's what it caused him to get fired from the House of Cards set. And of course, the House of Cards, a lot of people from that set are saying he wasn't always even appropriate there. And a lot of other people came out with allegations as well. After Mr. Rapp's allegations, which were made public in a BuzzFeed article, 20 people who worked with Mr. Spacey at the Old Vic Theatre in London, where he was artistic director for 11 years, accused him of inappropriate behavior. I mean, this is all old news. The first time I'm talking about it, but something I've followed pretty closely as a fan of the actor. This was just really horrific news for more than one reason. Obviously that he was canceled and wasn't going to be in movies anymore was disappointing, but even worse is the actual allegations and the fact that if you have one person saying it, okay, they could just be full of crap, right? they could just be trying to ruin your career. Second or third person, maybe they're trying to get paid, who knows. But when you have 20 people and, you know, all these allegations all over the place, it's like, what's going on? Like, you'd have to be a pretty damn big conspiracy theory, right, for it to be a bunch of BS. So it seems like this guy does definitely act in inappropriate ways, to say the least, but it is an innocent until proven guilty type thing, even here in Britain, or not here where I'm at, but over there in Britain as well. So we'll have to see if he does indeed return, or if he's just saying that. Maybe he has no plans to return. Certainly possible. He's just saying that and has absolutely no intentions of ever going back to the UK. That's what I would assume to be the case if he hadn't said otherwise. But now that he's said that, it's like, man, as soon as can be arranged. Well, I'm sure that can be arranged tomorrow or today. So we'll have to wait and see. But Kevin Spacey, like I said, is still filming a couple of movies recently, and I don't know if I'll check those out or not. I mean, like I said, like I'm not convinced he's a very good person, but you know, I can separate the person from the actor. And I still enjoy Kevin Spacey's content. Obviously, like I said, I'm watching House of Cards right now. I'm really loving it. I think he's freaking excellent in that TV series. And I'll definitely have a review and a ranking of those seasons once it's over. But let me know what y'all think of this story. Super interesting stuff. Kevin Spacey heading back voluntarily. Huge surprise. If he actually does, it'll even be a bigger surprise. But that's what is being said right now, that he's going to go back to Britain to face sexual assault charges. Could end up in the can for a long time. We'll see what happens. You guys have a great day. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Look forward to more entertainment news, music talk, music reviews. Even thinking about doing some guitar lessons and some covers and things like that. We do it all right here on Eric's House. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.